Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board.
Well, hello tubers, hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. So I'm back to civilization, moving and grooving and taking care of business. And the last few days I had a lot of TCB to do, and I'm happy about it. You know, you put things off, but I noticed with the government shutdown in the US of the A, a lot of the RV nomads that are possibly grifters, low income, that expect to live off YouTube, they've got all these subsidies, like Carolyn's RV Life gets, she gets her subsidized Nevada health care and things like that. And of course, if you look at her income, and she obviously writes off a lot of things, which is absolutely allowed, but her income puts her where she can get that EBT and that SNAP benefits and that free food. In fact, I was just at a big grocery store at Save On Foods, and I pull out the American Express card and, you know, get the 5-time point multiplier so I can fly first class. But I still got paid for it. In fact, in my country, I got to pay for food. There is no such thing as SNAP. Even if I was broke, I wouldn't get that. They don't have this SNAP or EBT, you know, with the cards. But with the government shutdown, it actually is a blessing for these nomads. Like Carolyn, you know, she's going to have to pay for her own food. Because I think learning how to be self-sufficient and pay for your own necessities of life, it actually builds character. Now, I'm not talking about the blind and the deaf and the little children and, you know, little Timmy stuck in a well that needs a little bit of EBT SNAP benefits. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about grown-ass adults who would rather you pay for their food. Now, of course, I guess if we lived in some utopian world, you'd be paying for my food too, but I don't live in a utopian world. I live in a world where I sink or swim under my own cashola. Everything I do, from the first class flights to the business class flights to the fixing and the repairing and the moving and the grooving and the insurance products and the gasoline, and it's all me. Now, but apparently it's not a big deal for me to pay, but it's a big deal for them to pay. But what's the big difference? I put my leg, you know, put the leg through my pants on one leg at a time, just like they do. And I am Johnny Nobody, in spite of the fact that my name is not Johnny, but you get the idea. I am nothing special, but yet I can live a life that I can pay for myself. Now, sure, you know, you got to make sacrifices, like occasionally you fly economy class, right? You know, you got to cut where you know, you got to cut the fat out where you can, right? Now, Carolyn's RV life, she's just living in squalor, wearing the same old ratty clothes. In fact, I was in the US of the A just, I don't know, like last week. I bought this nice jacket. Yeah, at the US of the A. And it wasn't at the thrift store for $20. I didn't have a voucher from the welfare department. No. And the reason I bought it is because I liked it. I could afford it. You know, you pull out the Amex Gold and you get her done, right? Now, Carolyn, apparently she has this idea that you owe her. It's like reparations or something, because, you know, of all the men that have hogged all the engineering and the sewer cleaning jobs, you know, the law enforcement jobs and the mechanic jobs and the cement pouring jobs. So it's like Carolyn's RV life believes that you know, the world owes her reparations, and that, you know, perhaps the EBT and the SNAP benefits is par for the course for her. But I think it will build character for her. And, you know, even like Living Free Mikey, and that, you know, there's so many of them that, you know, they live on this such a thin existence, but yet they seem to do okay and get to buy stuff because you're paying for it, right? You're paying for it directly or indirectly, right? Whereas nobody's subsidizing. Oh, and then I get the smart asses that jump on my channel. Like, oh, yeah, but line screw, you make money on YouTube. Oh, yeah, the couple thousand... $2,000 a year I might make. Oh boy, by the time I pay taxes on it's like I got nothing left. It's not even worth my time. That's why I don't even do it so seriously on a regular basis anymore. But yeah, you know, I got time now that I'm not, you know, driving every day or living off grid where, you know, the internet is not available. I could probably indulge you guys a little bit more. But I just could not resist talking about Carolyn's RV life and the nomads and the fact that the SNAP benefits and the EBT is going to be cut off because of the the government shutdown. Now, of course, most of these people are lefties, right? They're lefty leaners, right? And they like the handouts, so they're Democrats, right? Or Demorats, or whatever you want to call them. But they don't actually talk any trash about the Democrats and how they're, you know, they're part and parcel guilty of part of this shutdown with their actions, right? But they don't mention that. They're just more like gimme, 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 and oh my God, you know, I need my this, I need my that, and you know, and then they'll do begathons. And oh, speaking of begathons, I'm going to predict again. I do it every year. It's like predicting the birds to come back to San Juan Capistrano. The swallows, right? They come back. I'm going to predict again, and you mark my words, Carolyn's RV Life will do a Christmas Day begathon yet again. She does it every year because she has no sense of shame, but she has a huge sense of entitlement. Oh, somebody loves me. Oh, hello, Moto. Somebody's calling me. Oh, I'm thinking it's Carolyn. It's not Carolyn. It's a spam call. I can tell because it is almost my exact personal cell phone number. Boy, these scammers, like Carolyn, the scammers are really dumb, aren't they? You know, when they're trying to trick you into thinking it's a neighbor by calling you on a number that's really close to yours. And I guess some dumb people do fall for it. It's kind of like Carolyn's RV life. She's always thinking somebody will fall for it, but, you know, and they do, I guess, you know. The bleeding hearts, the bleeding heart liberals. Oh, please, won't you help? Did you know that there is an obese but allegedly starving nomad somewhere who's on a perpetual vacation for the last 10 years while you've never had a vacation? Please, could you help them continue their vacation? That's kind of what it's like. Now, am I on perpetual vacation? Damn straight I am. Damn straight I am. But I'm underwriting my own indulgences. And that's what everybody should do, right? You live within your means. Hey, you know, that's why I didn't fly Concorde back in, you know, in the 70s and 80s. I could not afford to fly Concorde. You know, you gotta stretch that. You gotta stretch that budget, right? Now, Carolyn's RV life, though, but she thinks the necessities of life are your responsibility to be paying, and the government shutdown. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! They're so hungry, but yet they're obese. Look, I've literally traveled around the world. I've seen hunger. Okay, real hunger around the world. They're not driving around in a vehicle that gets 9 miles per gallon. They're not morbidly obese. They don't have a body BMI, a body mass index that is, you know, puts them in an obesity category. No, they don't. Trust me. It's only North American lefty grifter obesity that suddenly, oh, we're so hungry. Give me my money on my EBT card. That's hilarious. Well, you know, but it's fun to catch up and do these videos because I have not yapped about Carolyn for months. But, you know, she does deserve my attention, and it drives her bonkers when I speak truth, you know, to her power, whatever power she's got. She even says that I take away her power by speaking truth. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The power or the truth? I say my truth came first. Because she's just blowing smoke up, you know, your arse. You know, she's peeing on your leg and telling you it's raining. Yep. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to have a big rainstorm here in British Columbia coming this evening, I believe. But beautiful, beautiful day today. In fact, I actually went into Vancouver, into Metro Vancouver today, and cleaned out a locker. I'm going to save about $2,500 a year. And I had this locker for a decade and a half, and it was time to clear it out, and gave some stuff away. kept some of the good stuff, and the rest went to 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I know they're kind of expensive, but boy, are they sure handy. Anyway, you guys put your comments down below whether you are concerned about Carolyn's RV life and her ability to feed her pie hole. Or perhaps maybe skipping the odd meal might get that BMI a little lower, and she could be a little less of a chunky monkey, because it looks like she actually could skip the odd meal. But it's always weird how these left-leaning liberal Democrats who are vegan are morbidly obese. I can never understand that. Doesn't make sense to me, because it seems like a whole bunch of hooey. But you are smarter than me, so you put your comments down below and you tell me your truth. In the meantime, folks, you stay safe. I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.
Time can never be your trusted friend or your sworn ally. No, it's the harshest mistress of all. And life is just a chain of moments spent, 1,000 hellos and goodbyes. Maybe a love like ours can lead out its call. Seasons come and pass, one after the last, and along we go. The shift and pull of the tides never sleeps.
Can go to figure out what we've done, what we need to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.